Thank you. Can you hear me? Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? Isn't it a Britney mic? I never had a Britney mic, but this is Freddie, bitch. This was a trailer. If you want to go and see me, I will be playing on Albert Royal Hall on Saturday. You need to pay up, though. Can you guys hear me all right? Yeah, okay, cool. Sorry? My hair, I have to shave it. I will be single then. Sorry. Swedish cunt. Yes, okay, sorry. So I'm Swedish, as you can see. I don't look Swedish, but I actually dye my hair. I'm natural blonde, but I have very, very dirty blonde hair color. So, oh, you speak Swedish? Fucking hell! Welcome here. So when I was in Manchester a month ago, and I managed to call the audience cunt. No, not because it was wrong. They are cunts, but that's okay. You guys are from London, that's fine. But my girlfriend said that, oh, that was a bit much. She said cunt 10 times. I won't say that. I won't say cunt 10 times. So I'm from Sweden, and I'm from Snask. I'm the founder of Snask. We've been around for 19 years. We're going to talk about 50 minutes on how to use AI to optimize your soul and make it more effective with clear KPIs. No, that would be fucking horrible. I'm going to talk about the importance of brandy in an era of optimism. Yeah, it's going so well for the world, you know, because it's going in the right direction, right? Never before have white conservative men fucked up the world. Isn't that crazy? It's just now, and it's never going to happen again. That's great. You guys have, I don't know, I was going to make a one-word joke, but I didn't. Brexit. We had this assignment from this European magazine. They wanted us to do a poster about Europe 5 years ago. And we decided to do it about the politics, right-wing winds blowing through Europe. So we said, just because you're extremely right doesn't mean you're correct. Unfortunately, this is more true than ever. You guys don't know about what Europe is, but from someone who's from Europe, it's weird. Anyway, we're 19 years old now. We're allowed to drink beer legally in Sweden, which is great. I'm going to read what we're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about who we are. Design should tell a story. 3 steps to winning a Grammy. Fuck data. Branding through visuals. Find your doppelgängers. Steal a good quote. Make anything in fans. Develop an intern culture. How to get rich in 5 minutes. Stay for that one. You're poor in Brexit land. But first, a word from Obama.
Please join me in inviting President Barack Obama and Kehinde Wiley to unveil the portrait.
Snask is a very professional design, branding, and film agency. They don't play around when it comes to work. They do fast and accurate deliveries. They're creative, and all their stuff is tight. I highly recommend them. Snask is great. And again, we're not spying on your calls.
All the fucking Gen Zs out there, this was not made with AI. When I grew up, we had to make this manually. So we had to contact a motherfucker who said he sounded like Obama and get him to like record shit and then, edit it. And you could do it from Fiverr.com. It costed $5.com. Now it's like 5 pennies on AI or whatever. Anyway, who are we? We are design, branding, and film agency. That means my parents think we do computer. Not even computers. That's too much. Just computer. So every year on Christmas, after 2 fucking days, you're like, oh my God, I can't explain this anymore. Computer is fine. But you guys are smart, so you know what it means, right? So very important slide. You think, holy shit, they're so professional. They have all these clients. Actually, these are all the clients that don't want to work with us ever again. But when you're having a talk, just email me. I send this slide to you. You put it among the first 10 slides, and people will think you're super fucking professional. So it always works. We love ourselves a bit too much, so much that we made a painting that actually bigger than this size in reality. We brought in a student, Ulrika Westerberg, when she was a student, and we asked her to paint the Salem witch trials and then paint us in. So you can see me up there and all the people that we started to paint in. We have a tattoo flag. I'll get back to that. We also have a doorbell. Yeah, you don't have that here, but you press a button. Well, you do because you're colonial, you know. You press a button and a slave comes running and opens a door. And we felt that's a bit British. We're like, we don't want to do that. So we put the speaker on the outside instead and had it play compliments.
You're the best thing that happened today. You know what? You're the best thing that happened today. My God, those shoes look great on you.
And in the house today, we have Jon Halfdan, our former intern from Norway. They love frozen pizza and Red Bull. And you can talk to him later, but he has recorded new sounds for anyone who comes there. And no one understands what they are. Before, it was really bad for business, but when we found someone, they were really happy. Now, when we find someone, they just got Norwegian shit to their ears. They don't understand. Sorry, Jon, but that's the truth. We also have a mirror, police mirror, so we see out, but people don't see in. So you can see here, if you get high, it's because I'm a very good photographer. See, it's a natural high. So you see yourself here. That's where we sit and work. Where the magic happens. Now you got high, maybe. That's our kitchen. That's the painting. That's where the intern lives. And that's where you can see yourself. Sometimes we have British people standing outside the mirror. And I don't know what you guys do over here. It's a bit strange. Yeah. We also stole one of the stones when they remade the street. And then we put in one of our manifesto points. If you love someone at the show, you're like, Freddie is like a fucking basic bitch, you know? No. You know, when you die, most people regret that they didn't say I love you to the people they love. Don't do that. So we still need this. But it's a multifunctional stone, of course. So you can also evaluate hair. So we have on the left, we have good hair. On the right, we have good hair. In the middle is less. Just less. It's okay. We're all equal, you know. We also have our own merch clothing line, so you can buy that. We have our own bike. You don't have to buy that. 12 years we had it. We sold 2 to ourselves. But you get a book for free if you buy one. We also have 2 bathrooms. And we met Max, who's a sound genius. And he said when he was 18, the shit you pull when you're 18. I'm a sound genius. I can do whatever. And we're like, yeah, all right, mate. What if we put up 8 toilet rolls and your assignment is to make them sing in different tones? And he's like, yeah, I can do that. And he did. Yeah. We also have another bathroom. It's called the Wills Institute of Private Exhibitions. If you're a credible museum, you have to have a short, like, Museum of Modern Art is MoMA. Have you been to MoMA? Yeah, we have. Fucking cunt. Oh, no, sorry. It's called Wipe, you know? So it's the shittiest Will Ferrell museum in the world. He's got his mustache, his clothes, all his DVDs, everything, you know? But there's also a Snask museum in the world. So we got contacted by an Austrian agency. They contacted us anyway, and they said, like, if we make our bathroom, our agency bathroom, into a Snask museum, will you come and open it? We're like, of course we will. And so they did, and they did it really well, actually, much better than our bathrooms. They picked us up at the airport with the wrong names. That's okay. And it was, it's an amazing museum. Daniel is a really funny guy who's the boss of the agency, but also the museum director now. And of course, we had to open it, that's what you do with a museum, and you also have to try it, And Daniel, as I said, he's also a comical guy without knowing about it.
Das ist so unser Studio-Klo. Wir haben nur das eine. Darum ist es relativ schwierig, dass man das mit der regulären Öffnungszeiten öffnet, weil man nie weiß, wann es besetzt ist. Und dann haben wir sich gedacht, für die lange Nacht der Museen können wir mal eine Ausnahme machen, okay, leider mal ein bisschen zusammenzwicken und dann kann man das.
Yeah. So if you're ever in Hallein, they managed to get it in to become an official museum in Hallein, in this small city of Austria. But if you don't have your ways there, you can also go to snaskseum.com. We have a new book. It's the 3rd edition of Make Any Miss Again fans. We included our own directors or whatever writers' comments if we wasn't narcissistic enough. Here, for example, we wrote created in 72 hours because our super friend told us when we wrote the first book, you have to have a hook so people get interested. We're like what? Written in 74 hours. We're like, that's too much. It took so long. We're like, written in 72 hours. That's fine then. And then we started getting reviews, and people like, it's good, but you can totally see that they wrote it in 72 hours. We're like, fuck you, thanks, mate. So that Eric writes here, this whole segment is basically a big lie. Don't believe everything you read, kids. But when we released this, we felt like we need to be respected, beautiful, serious, sophisticated, everything that we were never, like architects or art directors. So we took photos. We were like, yes, now we can be part of the it looks like I vomited on my shirt. That's okay. Sometimes I do. Well, we were like, took a few different ones. Then Eric got high on his own supply. And we're like, fuck, no, we don't want to be like this. We want to be rich. And if you want to be rich, you need to know about business, ultra elite, cash flow, EBITDA, and shit like that. So we retook the photos. Much better. This is trustworthiness, guys. This is branding. So we just show this to clients, and they're like, how much money do you have? We ask, and they're like, how much money do you want? We're like, well, okay. So the ultimate wisdom here is if you also want to become respected or filthy rich, you should buy our book. Simple as. First case, design should tell a story. We teamed up with a brewery in Stockholm called Pang Pang Brewery, and we used to work with them, but they could never pay us. So they paid us in beer, which is really bad if you don't want to get big or whatever. And so they would send beer, which got lost, and it ended up magically on our doorstep, and we had to drink it. But we were like, this is shitty. Why don't we do like this? You do a beer and do what you do best, and we do what we do best, branding, design, and film. And so we did shower beer. A beer made specifically for drinking in the shower. Now wait, if you ever been in the shower and drinking a beer, it gets warm pretty quickly. So you need to drink it in 4 gulps. It's only 18 centiliters. Hold on, British people. It's 10%, so it's the same effect. Don't worry. No need to just jog on, mate. But it's also a pale ale, so it's rich in protein, so you can use it as a conditioner if you want. TV loves it, so NBC talked about it.
When I get to drink again, I'll be able to enjoy a cold beer in the shower. Check this out. A Swedish design firm has teamed up with a brewery there to create a pale ale that's half the size of a regular beer bottle.
Yeah. Tom Hanks likes it. Celebrities loves it. So he said on national radio, if you have enough of them, you'll eventually be drunk enough to fall down in the shower. American wisdom right there. Magazine loves it, so Vice wrote, there's finally a beer made specifically for drinking in the shower. They waited for so long, right? Esquire magazine, this genius, whatever, brewer, created a shower beer. Fortune magazine, this genius Swedish brewer, made a shower beer. Runners loves it. So Runners World wrote, because let's face it, nothing is more satisfying after a long run. It's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. It's like destroying your whole fucking run. Isn't that stupid? Like running, and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake. And then you're like, oh my god, why did I just do that? Well, men loves it, at least men who reads Men's Health. Behold, the answer to your prayers. Also, men likes, they read about fitness, sex, and style. There's no other subjects that are important. That's okay. Lad Bible made a film that got 5.6 million views and 25,000 shares. Maxime wrote, live your best life in a new beer. Not a partner. We still don't know why. It feels very short-sighted to choose a beer and also like a fresh product. But yeah, maybe they're incels. They also write, is there any greater pleasure in life? Clue is in the title. Men's experience maybe has to do with men with less experience. Now moms won't pester you again to take a bath anymore. Which is like, well, after 6 years old, I knew how to care about my personal hygiene. Maybe you're Italian though, you live with a mom. Moms loves it. If you were more of a beer mom, get excited. Women loves it. So Womanista wrote, shower beer is officially a thing. She Amazing, I love these names. We are so very grateful, speaking of all of womanhood. She speaks, especially for your enjoyment. ... in the shower. GQ loves it, of course. This is shower beer. But ultimate wisdom is, if you like to shower next time, try it with a beer. 3 steps winning a Grammy. So Eric couldn't be here today. So that means I can do this on my own. So Eric used to be a drummer. He used to tour Europe a few times, but never was a good enough drummer to win a Grammy. So he was a bit sad about that until he realized that there's one Grammy you can win as a best director of a music video. So step 1, convince your favorite band that Snask to make a music video for their first album release in 10 years. But we got nominated for the Grammy. Sorry? Yeah? Oh, cheers. Thank you. Thank you. If that was true, you would have a king named Gary, and you don't. Do you? No, you don't. All right. Hives. Step 2, don't tell the hives they shouldn't be in their own music video. So, yeah, scary, of course. Instead, recruit the top financial CFOs of Sweden to act the band. So this is actually CFOs of real big companies in Sweden. And they had a punk band already, and it was, of course, shit. But the song is about the financial elite at the top floor who's afraid of the revolution coming from below, so it was great. Next step, regret yourself about the hives not being in their own music video. You already seen the video, so I'm not going to show that again. Bonus step, take photos for a new modeling career. Since Eric is not here, I can have you save this to Dropbox. You see the triangle? It's a Illuminati symbol, you know? Fia has the same, I saw that. She's member of the same. Get nominated for a Grammy for the best music video and wear a pink tailored suit. So we decided to like, oh, we got nominated, we should get free pink tailored suit. So we talked to Götrich, a tailor, and they said, like, well, if you don't win, you have to pay for it. So we went to the Grammys like this, and we are not famous people. Everyone else are famous because the only prize that are not for famous people is for the music video. So we're standing in a line of real famous people, right? And there's dots on the floor like you can see. And then they're like, next. And then we go in full of confidence. Like a red mat, first time. No one takes a photo. So everyone is just like, and then like next, and you like goes to the next dot, less confidence. And that's when they like, someone did like this, click, and it's that one. That's fine. Next one, win the Grammy.
En humor som engelskspråkiga kallat saker som witty whimsical har alltid varit typiskt för regissören Erik Hoppums reklamfilmer. Nu har han tagit det till musikvideo och få kunde vara mer lämpade för huvudrollen än The Hives. För videon till Countdown to Shutdown tilldelas Erik Hoppum sin första Grammys för kategorin Årets musik.
They made jokes about Britain, that's fine. You didn't understand. This is them, of course, Hives wore black, and that's from the after party. That's okay. Fuck data, my favorite subject in the world. Because what is even data? First of all, everything I say from this very second and backwards in time is what we can measure, right? And everything I say from this second and forward in time is non-measurable. Whoever says they can measure the future is a cunt. They're lying to you. 5, I think. So when we're looking at data, we're looking at what already happened, right? So we can't do anything about it. We can be nostalgic or we can have anxiety about it. We can't change anything about what already happened. In order to change, we need to use vision and innovation, something that entrepreneurs and human beings have done for fucking thousands of years. So then clients might think, well, we can just ask people what they want. Super easy. People have no fucking clue what they want. Look at relationships. That's one. So you need to trust in expertise, your own expertise, your team's expertise, and other experts. Henry Ford never asked us what we wanted. If he did, we would have said a faster horse, not a car, for example. Apple never asked us if we wanted an iPhone because they knew that we didn't know that we wanted or needed an iPhone. Instead, they just created an iPhone. So should Apple ask us what iPhone 21 Pro should look like? No, of course not, because we're fucking idiots. We don't know about that. We just put one together and it becomes a mishmash, you know? Which is fine, but they shouldn't ask us, because if we ask people all the time what they want, it will become a negative spiral where nothing is ever allowed to provoke and no new ideas is allowed unless people instantly like them. Imagine having a relationship with a partner who constantly asks you what the fuck you want all the time. You would go crazy, you know? It becomes a negative echo chamber where no new ideas, art, music is ever allowed to exist unless people instantly like them. Now we work with Spotify sometimes, and they can see that people listen 1.5 minutes of a song before they change app, and also they tend to listen to songs that kick within 5 seconds. That doesn't mean that it's a brief to musicians to make 1.5 minute songs that kick within 5 seconds, because we would hang ourselves. On the other hand, we have the British miracle Freddie Mercury. He made a song that was almost 6 minutes long, had 3 different genres, and radio told him, listen, no one is ever gonna listen to this shit, and the rest is history. Yeah, so the ultimate wisdom is being more like Freddie. Also, for every 2 beers, you need to drink 6 Pepsis. So we can talk about effectiveness while we're on the subject, because that's so great. Well, Obama said it nice one time. He said that what if a cleaner cleans an elderly home, every room, and when he comes to the first room again, he's just about to leave, and the woman in the first room has dementia, so she forgot that she cleaned her room, which is sad. Should he just leave, or should he go in and fake clean? Well, in our beautiful world, where we measure effectiveness for time and money, he should just fucking leave, because he already cleaned her room. But if we measure time and effectiveness from empathy, of course he should go in, fake clean a bit, so she's happy, and then leave, you know? So what are we even like measuring effectiveness from? And can we even measure everything? Because it's about boss and middle management not having like trust in each other. That's why we need to like measure everything. So let's try with the biggest thing in life, love. When you die, it's the most important thing. In life, it's more important. Like music is written about love. Film is written about love. Books is written about love. You know, it's the most important thing. So if it's so good, then let's measure love. How do we do that? Well, we can ask ourselves, how much do I love my partner? And how do I measure this within myself? Should I do from 1 to 100? 75 yesterday, 60 when she had PMS or whatever, or 100 when we went on a date. You know, it's so hard, you know? It's like, how the fuck are you gonna do that? And you're one person. No scientific study would take one person, you know? So it's not even secured scientifically. Number 2, even more relevant question, how much does my partner love me at any given moment from 1 to 100? This is what a lot of clients tries to do, like how much does our customers love us? It's so hard because data is built on numbers, emotions are not built on numbers, and brands are built on emotions. Brands are not numbers, humans are not numbers, and love is not numbers. So stop measuring everything all the time, or trying to. Speaking about love, there's a great quote. If marketing is asking someone out on a date, branding is the reason they say yes. So marketing is, of course, you're supposed to get attention and inform people about something. Branding is the reason why you want to be part of it, you know. No one here used Tinder or Grindr, but if you did, marketing would be like writing a funny message, sending it to 200 of your chosen target group. They open your message and, oh, that's funny. Branding is your profile. So then they click your profile. First image, you send with 2 friends. Hello. You're like, who the fuck am I going to date of these 3 people? Second image, you wear sunglasses because it covers your face. So everyone looks like Heidi Klum and Brad Pitt. Third image, you order fish because you think your future partner loves fish. We have a problem. So Andrew, Craig, and Darren, they go for the obvious. First idea, big fish. Tony, he dual wields. Mike, he goes for a small fish. While as Kayla and Eric, they go for hidden messaging. I mean, David and Mark, they already found love. And I think their fish is going to be disappointed that they didn't delete their Tinder profile that they said they did, you know. Nick and George, they kind of understood branding. That, oh, someone might mistake my brand for this other brand. Like, it rubs off on my brand, whatever. But there's always Machu Picchu. Online, there's like thousands of people on Tinder in front of Machu Picchu. You can always go there because it says everything about you. You love to travel, you love languages, you love other cultures, you're fit enough to walk up that fucking mountain. If you make a funny face, you're a funny fucker. Only one image. It's just so great. There's people that have photoshopped themselves in, like the guy on the right. He photoshopped himself in. So you can always go back to that. Branding through visuals. So we don't communicate that much product value or service value. We more want to create an emotion, and that's why we create visual worlds. Do you guys know what Klarna is? Yeah, they get people in depth really fast. It's like amazing how fast they are. Really proud of that as a Swede, like Spotify, you know. And so we made a lot of tactical ads where it's like not built on talking about them getting people in depth, but more like, what's the emotion of smooth payments? And this is targeted towards fashion and influencers. This is how it looks off camera. Took a longer time than we thought to fill this pool with water. So we had to shuffle the days because when we got there, we're like, okay, it takes a long time to fill that pool. But that's how it looks in camera. Here's a guy fishing for his future partner, of course. He's a caring man. Here's fitness. Not sure how many calories she's burning, but it's very smooth. So we did loads of these, like here's a man in this luxurious man cave. Everything is made for real. No AI, no 3D, whatever. With a girl playing pinball in her own pinball machine. A girl barbecuing bags to get the right kind of pattern. A guy playing pineapple.
What? But
Daisy said she bought one of these, so next Common Matters, you have them here. And this is one that went on television where they put on the messaging and the product.
Florida.
And if you have a rich client, you can propose anything. So everything in this video is real except the hair.
so
Yeah. So by putting people in debt, you can also create a really good budget to produce crazy visuals. It's great for our world. Most important chapter, find your doppelgängers. So me and Eric, we were in Paris, and this garbage truck drove up, and the driver looked at me, and he's like, Steve! I'm like, what? Steve! I'm like, who the fuck is he talking about? Who the fuck is Steve? And then nothing more, and then we were in Mexico, and this girl came up to Eric, and like, Eres David? He's like, what? No, I'm Eric. You're not David? No, I'm Eric. And then we realized that there are two idiots in the world called David Guetta and Steve Aoki. Weren't even friends a few years ago, but they became friends, and they saved out their hair. They had short hair. This is their instrument. It's like kids' music. I'll show you. Like, look at this.
Let's go.
Yeah. So if drugs weren't invented, they wouldn't have a career. That's okay. But I mean, they have long hair, mustache, leather jacket. Asians, they all look the same, you know. But did you know that all white dudes look the same? I'm like, Eric, yeah, I'm Asian, but I mean, you look more like David Guetta than I do Steve Aoki. And so I did a slide where every second image is Eric and every second image is David Guetta. And even Eric gets dizzy from looking at this. So these idiots, everywhere we go in the world, if they see one of us, they're like, are you Steve Aoki? No. Or Eric, yeah, you David Guetta. But if they see us together, they don't even ask. It's them. One time though, we were in Manhattan, Stevie Aioli's hometown. We're walking on the street, and this woman stopped us. Wait, aren't you? We're like, here we fucking go. Aren't you Snask? We're like, what the fuck? That's great. So Steve Aioli can go in his limo, and someone be like, was that Freddie from Snask? Yeah, 1 in a million. And then we were speaking at South by Southwest in Austin, and this stupid friend of ours got me on stage with Steve Aioli. He doesn't play, you know, he just throws cakes in people's face. So that's like Steve Aioli throwing a cake in my face, and that's me in the armpit of Miley Cyrus' little sister. This is me coming up afterwards. Yeah, there are thousands of stupid stories about this, but I'll stop here. The last one, we were in Mexico last year, giving a talk. We were like, oh, we have some time to kill. Let's go to the airport and check into a lounge. So we paid our way in and showed the boarding passes, and we went in. And suddenly, this happens.
I know you're music, but
And that's us. So it's not Steve Aoki or whatever. It's just us. And we're like, oh, that's cool that they knew us. And then they say, we really love your music. Like, music? But, well, okay. But we weren't allowed to use your real names. Okay? So we Googled your fake names. That's how we found the photos. But so Freddie, Eric, and Snask is just fake names for Steve Aoki and David Guetta. And Steve Aoki and David Guetta, they also fly economy, you know? But, yeah, coffee was great, I guess. But just because you don't know about it doesn't mean you don't have a shitty superstar DJ doppelganger. 6, still a good quote. Said by Mark Shaler from London. He had a heart attack a few weeks ago, but is fine. Bless him. But he said this and we stole it, and it's so good. Disruption is normal now. Change is fucking inevitable. How it was done yesterday is not how it should be done today. Nothing stays the same, and neither should you. The problem comes when change happens and you don't. This is super true for all of our clients, for every fucking company in the world or anyone. Change is not optional. It's just the new status quo, especially with fucking AI. Make enemies and gain fans. So, humor is your best skill if you want to piss the right kind of people off. So we worked with a dollar store. I'm not sure if you know about it. Very high quality store. Luxurious, of course. Everything for $1. And they were like, oh, you want to help us with Halloween? We're like, yeah, sure. We're like, dollar store is so shitty. It's like going to hell. We're like, that's perfect. We're like, welcome to dollar store. Welcome to hell. And we just pushed this out all over Sweden, everywhere in subways and billboards, and people got so offended. So offended, because they thought it was about them for some fucked up reason. So Peter, local priest, religious as hell and knowledgeable, hell is connected to Satan. Yeah, it is. Actually, Katrina being herself, inappropriate and unbefitting. Yeah, okay. Peter again, they're playing with the other side. And that's not harmless. It very much is, because it's a fucking fairy tale. Anonymous who lives online. The growing violence is negative and this campaign promotes it. No, it does not at all. But speaking about promoting violence, these groups then went out and burned down billboards. They were so angry, they became violent, you know? And this became super successful, this campaign, because people got so angry, people got so happy. That our client Kelly, she said, the challenge lies in finding a concept that speaks as much as to the fans as to the skeptics. The tools are self-distance and humor, and in the Halloween context, it becomes both fun and relevant to joke about what our opponents think that dollar store is hell. And then Kelly called us, wanna do Christmas? And we were like, oh my god, it's religious, family-friendly, loads of ego, but we're not stupid. You know, we learned from the first time, so we did this. You know, and then we thought like, you know, Christmas is holy, you know, holy Christmas. And then, but it's a lot of crap at dollar store. That's great combo. We're like, holy crap, we can do like bed sheets that's flying, you know? Or like a saucepan. And then we sat and waited. We were like, come on, guys. Nothing happened. People were so happy because you're allowed to joke about that way and not that way, apparently. I don't know why. But the ultimate wisdom is when you make something no one hates, no one loves it. Develop an intern culture. So we have a lot of interns. They have to do an intern journal at the end of their internship. Very stupid. It's about their time at Snask. But we also force interns to get a tattoo. Naturally, of course. So everyone who's at Snask have to get a tattoo. You can see the chair there, of course. Jocelyn here, she wanted us all to draw a tattoo and she would pick one. Okay. Go on.
What a welcome. Okay, whoa. Hey.
It's a bobo. This is a yes. Good. Let's see.
It's a chair.
It's a chair.
All right. Oh my god.
It's gonna be fun.
Thinking out.
Yeah. We also full interns to go abroad. So who you saw there was Fabrizio, who was our art director for many years. But he started out as an intern. And he applied as an internship. And at the same time, we got booked to speak in Costa Rica in February. So, but only 2 of us could go. So we're like, oh, who the fuck are we going to bring? The extra person. We're like, wait a minute. This is Italian guy who's going to start his internship in February. We can just kidnap him to Costa Rica. And then said and done, Fabrizio started. And then we were like, wait a minute. Maybe he has a life. Maybe we can't just kidnap him. We have to like give him some kind of heads up. So we were like, we made up this life. Every year we go out to a country house and to talk about, I don't know, curling or something he thought was cool or sexy. And then we go to the airport and bring a secret designer and talk with. So you need to bring your passport, maybe international waters. Italians, you threaten with Russia going out with a boat, and they were on the wrong side. We know that. So he got, of course, that was serious. 2, no need for warm clothes, but please bring swim shorts for the sauna. 3, make a sign for this year's special guest, Gemma O'Brien. It should read, Gemma O'Brien, life is life. Why life is life? Well, ask Opus. You guys came up with it. It doesn't mean anything, That was what was fun about it. 4, don't put too much time on the sign because we're leaving tomorrow morning. Of course, he put so much time on the sign. He spent the whole night up, and then we went to the airport with him, and this is where he stands. Hello, Fabrizio.
Hey, Gemma.
How are you?
I'm fine. We are waiting for Gemma O'Brien.
Do you know about her?
Yeah, he's one of the best calligrapher in type or something, and he's really, really good.
All right.
Yeah, have fun.
Cool, this is gonna be great. And then we told him, fuck, we got this text message from Gemma, and she said she had to go to Costa Rica. And he said, what? No, okay, so we have to go. We're like, go? No, now we, of course, have to go to Costa Rica. And it took him so much time to understand that we, of course, had to go to Costa Rica because she did.
Do you understand? You are going to Costa Rica
no.
exactly now.
I have to realize, but I'd say where.
So,
What?
wait.
Okay, I think I'm thinking what I have in my bag that I can take. No. I have a jacket. I don't need a jacket in Costa Rica.
So he packed an extra winter jacket in his backpack. So when he got there, this agency from Costa Rica, Pupilla, had made him clothes.
Clothes. Yeah, wear a t-shirt. That's what is better. It's so cool.
So the logo.
The logo, yeah.
Now it's here.
So that became Fabrizio's slogan during the festival. And when we had our talk, he had to give the sign to Gemma O'Brien on stage. Yeah. Ultimate wisdom is you don't have to bring interns abroad, but branding them with a tattoo is reasonable. Last chapter, but the best. Be yourself to 100% and own it. Thank you. No, jag ser it. Sorry. Me and my girlfriend were drinking wine in our house with some friends, and she said, "What's the name of this 90s band that made this song, LinkedIn Park?" We were like, "LinkedIn Park? No, that wasn't it. But it's actually fucking brilliant because it says everything about LinkedIn. Because they made a song, LinkedIn Park made a song that is, I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter." Which is LinkedIn in that one sentence. Doesn't fucking matter, guys. And on LinkedIn, people are like, "Oh, we're looking for a hungry colleague," which means you're gonna work your fucking ass off with no money, you know? No, we're not hungry. We're full. Thank you very much. We're thirsty, though. Yeah. And what are we thirsty of? Wine. That's what you get. Yep, alcoholism. So we went to a vineyard, this is a segue, up north in Sweden called Säckhaga, where they make great bubbles. And we went on a tour with a guide. And they said, "Oh, it's so hard with the cold, with the snow, with the rain, with everything." And then someone asked them, "But with modern technology, can't you make the perfect conditions for the grapes?" And they said, "Yes, but grapes grown in perfect conditions can never become complex wine." Just like us, you know? If you know a basic bitch, they didn't have any fucking trauma. You know, their biggest trauma is they didn't have any trauma. How am I gonna be interesting, you know? Which is okay, you know. There was a director who said every story in the world is always about someone who gets a trauma and tries to fix it for the rest of his or her life. Which is so true, you know. So you should just be yourself to 110% and be the fine, complex wine that you are. Complex is important. You are complex. You need help. But that's okay. After 10 years, you will be great, you know? Like a Bordeaux wine, you know? You don't have wine in here, but that's okay. Like a pint, whatever. So speaking about genuinity, last but not least, we made this film for Adidas and sneakers and stuff, and they said, "Oh, we made this cool waterproof sneaker that has this Gore-Tex technology, and we want you to make a really cool film about it." And we were like, "Really cool? Come on, it's the coolest industry in the world, and it's not even cool. We don't want to make a cool film. We want to make an uncool film about Thomas, who's a professional puddle jumper."
My name is Thomas, and I'm a puddle jumper. I've always liked jumping in puddles. It's something I'm very passionate about. I guess I was into sports when I was a kid. I played a little bit of football. I used to really like playing when it just had been raining.
My dad always said I could have been a professional football player if it weren't for the puddles.
So these are all my favorite shoes. Well, they're all my favorite because it's the same one. It's the new Adidas Stockholm, and it's got this Gore-Tex technology, and it's 100% puddle-proof. I wouldn't call myself a pioneer. You could call me if you want to, but I wouldn't.
My parents think it's kind of childish, but I'm not a child. I'm an adult, so I showed them. I'm doing what I love. You should do what you love. That's a really good one. Perfect that.
Yeah. So the creative director of Supreme and Nike actually called them up and said this is exactly what our industry needed. So we only have one part left. It's called Selfie Time. And it's because my mom and dad think I do computer. So I'm gonna film you guys, and you're gonna take up your phones. Yes, you are. Counts. Sorry. 6. I don't know what that was. You take up your phones. Pretend I'm like, who do you like here? Pete Doherty. Who do you like here? Liam Gallagher. Not Justin Bieber, I hope. So you will take up your phones, put on the flashlight, And then when I film you, you're gonna scream, and then my mom won't understand what I do, but it's not computer, I hope, right? All right, so get your phones up. Come on, guys. We can do more. I know some of you. Okay, cool. All right, I'm just gonna do a test run. You have to scream when I do a test run. Wow, okay, that was better than Manchester, actually. All right, I'm gonna do this for real now. All right. Hi, Mom. This is London. Wow, that was a lot more. This is London. You were like, whoa! All right, cool. Thank you so much for coming. You want the Britney?